Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Again, here we go again. See, right now, listen, like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. You see all those migrants coming to America, and people are upset, right? That's nothing new. Migrants have always come to America, and people have always gotten upset. The word immigrant implies choice. That's what it means. And people will always say, well, how come immigrants come to America and they can't speak no English? They don't know what, they don't know their way around, and they always do better than black people. Cause they get invited. They get invited and they come because they know they're not gonna be treated like black people. If they thought they was gonna be treated like black people, they wouldn't come. People say, well, how come they come here and they can't speak English? They don't need to know how to speak English. Everything they need is right there in their community. They doctor, they lawyers, they hospital, they cleaners, they laundromat, they car dealerships. Everything is right there in their community. They don't have to leave their community. They don't need to know how to speak English. In fact, they use their language to build a fence around their community. Black people don't have a community because we speak English. We don't have a language that binds us. And everybody got a business in a black neighborhood for one of those reasons. They don't have to know how to speak English. Everybody got a business in a black neighborhood. The Spanish people got a business in a black neighborhood. The Russians got a business in a black neighborhood. The Germans, the Jews, the Africans. Everybody got a business in a black neighborhood because black people don't have a language that keeps us together. We don't have a sense of community. Back in the days we did when we ain't had nowhere to go. And that's another thing about religion and God is, as long as we feel like we got God to lay on, we'll never have shit. I wrote a joke about that in my book. I said, let Jesus take the wheel while you driving, and I guarantee you won't make it home tonight because your ass gonna crash. That's one of the reasons they give us God. Give us God. We got all this religion and nothing to show for it. And religion teaches you that it's okay to be poor. Subconsciously or subliminally, it teaches you. We're taught that money is evil, so all rich people are evil. And we're told that being poor is closer to God. And that's how religion is bullshit. Because black people love some Jesus. And Jesus ain't, like I said, every 4 years we should get a, if you judge Jesus and religion based on like a president, every 4 years we get a president, every 4 years we should get a Jesus. Look at what has happened under God and Jesus clock. Earthquakes, snowstorms, rainstorms, lynchings, churches burned down, and he don't do nothing about it. Jesus don't do nothing about it. He just go on with his business. He just go on with it. Jesus don't do absolutely nothing. He don't do nothing about the lynchings that took place. He ain't do nothing about the churches burned down. He ain't do nothing about the towns being burned down. Jesus does absolutely nothing. He don't do shit for black people. He don't do nothing for black people. What has he done for black people since black people been in America? Nothing. He don't do nothing. But that's why immigrants do better when they come to America. And then 10 or 20 years from now, them immigrants will be in their place doing real good. Neighborhood will be flourishing and everything. And then they'll be sending for their children or their grandchildren to come over here. That's why they do better. That's why immigrants do better. The word immigrant implies choice. They get invited. They get invited. They got to live in shelters for now, but that ain't forever. That's just a stepping stone. They got to stay in the shelters, but then their grandchildren won't have to stay in shelters. They lay in the groundwork for their grandchildren. That's all it is. The word immigrant implies choice, and they get invited. Do you see what they get? That's the same thing that early immigrants got. Early immigrants got land. They got land. They got acres and acres of land, and that land created wealth. That's why you see all these white people with all this land. It was given to them, and then it was handed down from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child, because they came here with nothing. Who paid for the boat ride to get over here? They got a free boat ride, and it sucked. But their children don't have to. Like I said, their grandchildren don't have to ride that boat over here. They came and laid the foundation for their grandchildren. They got invited. They got food. They get, like I said, so everybody comes over here and gets some form of welfare. They just don't call it welfare because they don't want it to they make welfare seem like it's something degrading. But then they make low interest loans and all that other shit look like it's something spectacular or great. But they get welfare. Everybody gets some form of welfare. If not, they will stay in their country. Real simple.
All I need is